The episode starts with Akira asking Gil about his relationship with Crow. Gil explains that his mother was Crow's student but couldn't endure the training and developed a mental illness. His father also died shortly after, and Crow has raised Gil ever since. Gil says that Crow may not look it, but he has a good heart and helps people. Just then, Night arrives with a root in her hand, telling Akira that Graham planted hidden cameras to track the contest winners, just like what happened to Lady Amelia. Akira realizes he needs to act quickly and informs Gil about the device, mentioning that similar devices were found at King Curtis's castle. Gil is surprised and tells Akira that people here also call the device a camera. He mentions that previous heroes passed on things like clothes, ships, and other items to this area. Amelia and Akira's classmates arrive. Akira asks some of them to come to his room. In the room, Akira learns from the Knight that they were already investigating the hero's party for human trafficking. Asahi and Tsukasa explain that they hid this from him because they didn't want to be a burden on him, which is why they didn't take him along. Akira acknowledges their capabilities and agrees to join them. As they're defeating Graham to protect Amelia from future attacks, the same, Crow interjects, telling Akira, "If you remember my request, I can show you the way to the demon territory." Gil then suggests, then Gil and the hero's party will go first. Akira, you come later. Tsukasa unrolls a map and points to a meeting spot, but Crow forbids them from meeting there. Gil mentions that Crow's mother is still alive, but Crow silences him before he can say more. Akira asks Gil why Crow is aging, but his mother is still alive. Gil says that's a long story. Crow then uses the map to show everyone a different meeting spot. Akira agrees and says he will meet them later. In the next scene, Amelia is about to leave in a carriage, which will take 5 days. She wants to discuss 2 things with Crow. First, she tells him to stop burdening Akira. Crow replies that if Akira feels burdened, it's his own fault. Second, she asks him again to take her on as his student, which he had previously refused. Amelia says she wants to become strong, so she doesn't have to depend on Akira. Crow tells her, "You saved your country at a young age. Fine, just don't give up." Amelia promises she won't run away. Gil gives Akira his satchel, which he had left behind while escaping the commander's room. The commander had been keeping it for him. Asahi tells Akira, "I'll close the gap between our powers, just don't die the next time we meet." Then they all leave on their separate paths. Inside the carriage, Crow is teaching Amelia. She is so exhausted from studying that she falls asleep. Akira is surprised by her effort. Crow remarks that none of his previous students made it this far in just 3 days. He was expecting this from the one he admires. When Akira asks, Crow explains that the princess used a type of magic to bring the dead back to life, which spread everywhere. This won his heart, and he came to admire Amelia. Akira points out, "Despite admiring her, you acted so rudely during your first meeting." Crow says that Amelia is so grounded that he couldn't believe it. He adds that learning this kind of magic is very difficult. One mistake can make someone's head explode. Crow says he has survived this long because his mother took some medicine during her pregnancy, which doubled his lifespan, but he just wants to quickly take revenge on Graham for his sister. He doesn't know how much time he has left. The scene shifts to Night, who is collecting information alone. She spots Letty. Letty sees Night and approaches her. Night asks, "Weren't you on a journey?" Letty says she hasn't decided where to go yet. When Letty asks, Night says she is collecting information at Akira's request. Letty gets excited and suggests they do it together. They arrive in the city. Crow tells them to look around. He says Leah will show them all the places near the fountain, but he tells them to return in the evening, as he is going to arrange their accommodation. Akira and Amelia go on their date together. Amelia immediately starts eating the food she sees, which Akira treats her to as a reward for learning the ancient language. Amelia is happy because no one has ever rewarded her before. Akira tries to say something, but stops. Amelia understands and says she will become strong so Akira doesn't have to do everything by himself. They reach a certain spot. Leah is happy to see them and offers to show them the entire area. Leah takes them on a boat, which both Akira and Amelia enjoy. Akira asks, and Leah tells him that the place they are looking at is the kingdom's royal palace, where some people are waiting for their arrival. Leah says that her father, the king, has prepared a blanket for the princess. Akira thanks Leah because she saved his life before. He then says, "Your magic looks exactly like Crow's." Leah blushes and says her barrier magic can be easily broken by the strongest people, but Crow's cannot. She adds that she was imagining the demon lord while creating it. Akira tells her that Amelia is also learning from Crow now. Leah is very surprised, and Akira asks her for some tips. Leah is astonished that Crow is teaching Amelia his inversion magic. Leah compliments Akira for the battle he fought in the dungeon, but Akira knows that his body was moving on its own, which makes him a bit scared. Akira and the group reach the king's presence. Leah reveals that she is not the king's biological daughter, but adopted. The king thanks only Amelia and Crow for saving Leah, even though Crow and Akira saved her. The king then says he wants something from Akira. Akira casually asks what it is. One of the king's guards is enraged that Akira is speaking casually to the king instead of formally. The king calms the guard and says he wants Akira to kill someone and protect him while he is in the city. The king is referring to Graham. He explains that he removed Graham from his palace and made him the Grand Master, but Graham didn't stop doing bad things. Akira refuses, saying he can protect himself and doesn't need any weak person to guard him. The king's guard gets angry and calls the stories about Akira killing thousands of monsters fake. Amelia is furious that he called Akira a liar and insulted him, and she prepares to attack. The other royal guards get ready to. Akira calms Amelia and says, "I'll show you if those stories are real or fake." He asks the king for permission to challenge the guard to a fight. Leah asks the king to stop this, but the king agrees to see the fight between Akira and the captain of the royal guard. They face each other with everyone watching. Akira gives his weapon to Amelia, explaining that as an assassin, he will fight with some hidden tools. The captain, who is half horse and half man, attacks Akira with his weapon. Akira dodges and praises his speed and power. Akira wraps a string around the captain's leg, but the captain pulls it and pushes Akira away. Akira then attacks him with his tiger. The attack is so fast that the captain's weapon is cut into pieces. In the blink of an eye, Akira holds his tiger to the captain's neck. The captain starts sweating, and the king is shocked. The battle ends much faster than anyone expected. Amelia tells the king, "Don't question Akira again." The king agrees, but then taunts Amelia, saying her taste is very strange and elf is in love with a human. Leah is upset and yells at her father, saying he shouldn't talk like that. The king orders the soldiers to escort them outside and leaves. In the next scene, Akira and Amelia are on a boat. Seeing Amelia, Akira says, "You look upset for a while now." Amelia forces a smile and praises him, saying she is happy with him and thanks him for bringing her into this world. Akira thanks her for choosing to stay with him instead of her family. Amelia starts crying and asks, "Why do you always say what I want to hear?" She hugs him through her tears and says, "If you die, I will die too." Akira tells her she shouldn't talk like that. In the next scene, Akira is sitting with Crow. Amelia asks Akira to sleep with her on the hotel's fluffy bed before dinner. Akira refuses and immediately takes out a book. Amelia looks sad and pouts. Crow says, "I knew a person just like you. He kept knowledge books like you and started reading whenever he found time." Akira asks for his name. Crow reveals it was Commander Saran, who was killed by the king. Akira says he owes Saran, so he will take revenge for him. Crow asks who killed Saran. When Akira tells him it was the king's night-driven group, Crow says Graham supplied them. If it wasn't for him, Saran would probably be alive today. Hearing this, Akira's blood boils. The episode ends here.